Hello, Iman.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay, so did you revise diseases and immunity?
Yeah, I did some of it.
Do you have any doubts in it?
No, not really.
Okay, that's good. So today we are starting with a new chapter that is gas exchange in humans. I'm just waiting for Amar to join and then we can start. Okay, just wait for three.
Okay, okay.
Hello,
Hello, Amar.
how are you, Miss Alpha?
I'm good. Did you revise diseases and immunity?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Do you have any doubts?
No, no, not really. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so um, one second. Today we are starting with the new chapter that is chapter number 11 according to the syllabus that is gas exchange in humans. Okay, I have pasted the screenshot of the syllabus here so as we are learning through we can refer to the syllabus as well. Okay, for now I'll keep the syllabus aside and we will start with the lesson. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so first thing that we need to learn is features of the gas exchange system. Okay, so surface where the gas exchange occurs, it is different in all the organisms. It is different in us, it is different for a fish, it is different for a bird. Every organism has a different gas exchange surface. Okay, and different organisms have involved different mechanism for getting the gas to the gas exchange system. Of course, we all human beings and the animals they need oxygen and they want to remove the carbon dioxide. But all of us have evolved different mechanism for doing that. Why? Because everyone has a different gas exchange surface. Okay, now, the way they have evolved or the way they have adapted, it is basically depending on their size and where they live. Is it a cold place? Is it a hot place? Or what altitude it is? Because we know that when we go high, like above the mountains and all, the oxygen is less, right? So accordingly, different organisms have evolved themselves to get the gases. Okay, now, the important thing to know is all the gas exchange surfaces they have some features in common. Although the gas exchange surface is different for different organisms, but there are certain features which are in common for all. Okay, so we need to talk about those features. First, I will write mm, one second. All gas exchange surfaces have features in common. Okay. Um, Now, these features they basically allow maximum amount of gas to be exchanged across the surface in the smallest amount of time. The basic purpose is we want to do the gas exchange quickly and efficiently. So, the features which I'm going to tell you about now, they allow the maximum amount of gas to be exchanged in the smallest possible time. Okay, so basically, we're trying to increase the efficiency. Mm, these features allow maximum amount of gases to be exchanged across the surface, basically the gas exchange surface, okay, in the shortest time. Is that clear?
Yes, correct.
Iman?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will tell you people about the features. What features are we exactly talking about? Okay. Now the features they include a large surface area, thin walls, good ventilation with the air, and good supply. So these are the four features which are common in all the gas exchange system. Of course, we need to know why they are common or why is it important to have a large surface area, why is it important to have a good blood supply. But these are the four features which we need to know. Now, I will write the features. Okay. They include, first of all, we have large surface area. Okay, large surface area. Basically, we're talking about the surface area of the gas exchange surface or the gas exchange system. Okay, not about the organism. The second one is thin walls. Okay, and the third one is good ventilation with air. And the last one is good blood supply. Good blood supply. These are the four features which are common for all the gas exchange surface. Now I will tell you people about the purpose. What is the purpose of having each of these? Okay. Large surface area to allow faster diffusion of gases. Of course, when the surface area is high or when we have a larger surface area, the gases will exchange quicker. Oxygen will come in quickly and carbon dioxide will leave the surface quickly. Okay, exchange of gases across the surface. Now, the next thing is thin walls. Now, why do we need to have thin walls? To ensure that the diffusion distance remains short. If our wall is thick, it will take more amount of time for oxygen to go in and carbon dioxide to come out. But comparatively, if our wall is thin, it will ensure that the distance is short and hence the time will be small. So basically, again, increasing the efficiency. Okay, to ensure that diffusion distance is short. Okay. The next one is a good ventilation with air. Now, why do we need to have a good ventilation? To maintain a diffusion gradient. Now, do you people know what is alveoli? Have you heard of the word alveoli? Iman, Amar.
Y-
No.
Okay, we will look at
I,
what is alveoli, but okay, for suppose this is my blood. Okay, wait 1 second. This is my blood. Okay, this blood is deoxygenated. Okay, it has high carbon dioxide and it has low oxygen. So, what it does is it goes to the lungs. Basically, you guys would have studied this in transport and mammals, right? This blood will go to the lungs to get more oxygen and remove the carbon dioxide, or we can say to get oxygenated. Currently, it is deoxygenated, right? So, gases, they basically move by diffusion. They move from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, right? So, for example, in my lungs, okay, for example, these are the lungs. Now, this blood with a high carbon dioxide is going in the lungs. Now, in the lungs, we need low carbon dioxide. Then only the gas will diffuse from high to low. We want the carbon dioxide to go out of the blood. Okay. And we want in the lungs high oxygen concentration so that it can move from the area of high concentration in the lungs to the low concentration in the blood. Do you guys understand that?
yeah, I do understand.
Iman, do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Sure. Any confusions you can ask. Okay.
Okay.
So, for good ventilation, why do we need it? To maintain a concentration gradient or to maintain a diffusion gradient. We need high oxygen over there so that it comes into the blood, and we need low carbon dioxide over there so that the carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the lungs. Okay, so the diffusion gradient can be maintained. Gradient can be maintained. All right. And the last one is good blood supply. Now, why do we need to have a good blood supply? To maintain a high concentration gradient to allow the diffusion to occur faster. Of course, if the blood supply is good, there will be more capillaries, there will be good connection, okay, between the capillaries and the alveoli. Now, alveoli, I will tell you guys in a bit later part, then you guys will understand it better. But for now, understand that good blood supply is essential for the diffusion to occur faster or at a high rate. Okay, to maintain a high concentration gradient so diffusion occurs faster. Okay, now are these four features clear?
Yes.
Iman?
Um, yeah.
Okay, so you guys should basically know these in the exam. They will ask you what are the features, and they might ask you in the descriptive questions why are they required, the explanation which wrote in blue. Okay, so this is important, and you guys need to remember this. Important. Okay, now this is clear, so I will show you guys one picture. 1 second. This one. Yeah. Okay. Here. Now this, the pink structure you see, you guys have a similar picture like this in your textbook also. So after we're done with the lesson, you can look at that as well. It's a similar picture, not the same, but similar. Okay. This is alveoli. The pink structure you guys see is the alveoli or alveolus. Alveoli is basically the plural. So this is like a part, a small section of the lung. Now we know that we have lungs and lungs are big. It's not, the whole surface is not for gas exchange. In lungs, we have specialized units called alveoli. We have many, many millions of alveoli in the lung. Alveoli are the what we say, surface for gas exchange, or the gas exchange surface. This is where the gas exchange basically takes place. This is where the oxygen goes into the blood and carbon dioxide comes out of the blood. Now we need to know how does that happen. We see this. Okay, this is blood capillary. I'm gonna change the color. Okay, this one is our blood capillary. This is a deoxygenated blood. It comes from the heart. Basically, it comes from the body to the heart, and from the heart into the lungs. This is deoxygenated blood. Okay, now deoxygenated blood has high carbon dioxide concentration. Let me write it here. High carbon dioxide concentration and low oxygen concentration. Okay, so it has to get oxygenated before going back to the body. Now, when it passes through the alveoli, what you guys can see here, carbon dioxide goes in, right? And oxygen, it comes into the blood, like out of the alveoli into the blood, which is right here. Okay. That is why I told you that we need to maintain a concentration gradient. Now we need a high concentration of carbon dioxide, oh sorry, low concentration of carbon dioxide here. So it will move like this, and a high concentration of oxygen, so it will move like this. Is that clear? Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this blood got the oxygen in, and then it moves back. See, we can see here oxygenated blood out. Now, what's the difference? This blood has low carbon dioxide and high oxygen, which was basically the opposite of what it was over here. Now, this blood will go to the heart, and from the heart, it will be supplied to the body. Okay. Even this cycle is shown right here, from the body to the heart. That is for the deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated, right? It goes via the pulmonary artery into the lungs. In the lungs, this process happens in the alveolus or the alveoli. Okay. Then from the lungs via the pulmonary vein, it comes to the heart. From the heart, it goes back to the body, and then this cycle repeats. Is that clear?
Yes. Clear.
Iman, can you tell me, vein, it carries oxygenated blood or deoxygenated blood? Vein.
Deoxygenate.
Yes, vein carries deoxygenated. Amar, arteries carry oxygenated or deoxygenated?
Arteries, it's oxygenated.
Oxygenated, right. This is deoxygenated and arteries is for oxygenated. But what you guys need to know is there is one exception to this. All the veins and arteries in our body, they follow this. Veins carry deoxygenated, arteries carry oxygenated. But the only exception is the pulmonary artery and the pulmonary vein. Right here, we can see that from the heart, our deoxygenated blood is going to the lungs, right? The blue one, the deoxygenated one. But it is not being carried by the vein. Although it is deoxygenated, it is being carried by the pulmonary artery. And here, if we see, pulmonary vein is bringing our oxygenated blood. It should be artery, but it is vein, right? So this is the only exception. This is the only artery that carries the deoxygenated blood, and this is the only vein that carries the oxygenated blood. Is that clear?
Yep.
So be careful about this in the exam. Okay, if they tell you that how does the blood goes from the heart to the lungs, the deoxygenated one, so don't say pulmonary vein, say pulmonary artery. Remember this. This is the only exception. Otherwise, all the arteries in the body and all the veins, they follow this. Okay, Iman, clear?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now we basically did the first part. I just want to do this. Okay. Now going to the second part. We're done with this. All right. Second part is the interesting one. This is the one I like. Okay. Oh no. Right. Second one is the breathing system. Okay. Now, right. So first, let me show you guys a picture of the breathing system. How does it look like? All right. Let's put it right here. Okay. This is the picture. Now, you guys, according to the syllabus, you are expected to know these structures. You should be able to label them, and if they are labeled, then you should be able to identify them. Okay, first we will look at the structures and then we will look at their purpose. Okay, first one is a nasal cavity, which is right here. It's from where the gas enters into the body. Okay, then we have trachea. It's a pipe shaped structure which carries the gas from the mouth and the nose to the lungs. Okay, then of course the pink one is our lungs, we know that, right? And this is bronchus. I will tell you what bronchus is for now. Just look at the structures, look at where it's labeled. Now, if you guys see here, um, this is a trachea, the pink one. It gets branched into two parts. One for one lung, other for the other lung. Okay. So this splitting of it or this particular tube is called bronchus. From the top, it's trachea, but when it splits, it's called bronchus. Okay. Now, after that, we have intercostal muscles. These, the white structures, they are the ribs, and in middle, the red part you see, they are the intercostal muscles. Intercostal muscles. Okay, and this is our diaphragm. All right. Anything we missed? Okay. Bronchus, again, we told that trachea splits into bronchus. Bronchus again splits into smaller bronchioles. And in the bronchioles, we have our alveoli. Alveoli are the surface where the gas exchange occurs. These are the alveoli. Okay, are you guys clear about the parts? I will tell you the functions, I will tell you the detail, but at least the labeling, you guys can recognize the structures.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Iman,
Can you explain uh,
sorry.
bronchus, the bronchus part again?
Bronchus part? Okay. First, I will tell you the functions of each of them, then you will understand, I think. Wait. Okay. We will write the functions one by one, and then it will be clear to you. Wait. First one is ribs. Okay. Mm, ribs. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of ribs? The ribs were these, the white structures that we saw. Okay. Here, right. Um, here, here, on the sides. Okay. Now let me tell you guys the function of ribs. Okay, ribs are basically bone structure. Okay, they are bone structure. That means, of course, they would be hard like a bone. That, what's the purpose? They protect. Okay, they protect the organs. Here, their purpose is to protect the lungs. That protect the internal organs such as lungs. Now, of course, if we fall down or something happens, so ribs are there to protect our lungs. Otherwise, lungs are very delicate, basically, I would say. Um, lungs. Okay. The next structure, that is intercostal muscles, the ones which we saw in middle, the red ones. Right here, here. Okay. Now, let me tell you what is the function of that. You guys should be able to identify the structures. Also, you need to know what is their function. Okay. Intercostal muscle. Right. Okay. Intercostal muscle, basically, their purpose is they are the muscles. No, no, no. Okay. Muscles between the ribs. Okay. As we saw in the picture, also, they were between the ribs, right? Mm, okay. Muscle between the ribs, which control their movement. Whose movement? The ribs movement, which control their movement during inhalation and exhalation. Now, of course, when we breathe in, our chest, it basically expands. You guys would have noticed that when breathing in. So, in order to do that movement, our ribs need to move. And how do they move? Because of these intercostal muscle. They control the movement, right? Causing inhalation and exhalation. When we exhale, they need to push the air out. So again, intercostal muscles have a role over there. Are these two clear,
Yes.
Amar?
Yes, I said yes, bro.
Okay. So we learned about the two, which were ribs and intercostal muscle. Now we're going to look at diaphragm, the brown structure you guys see. Okay. What is the purpose of having a diaphragm? Mm, all right. Diaphragm. Cool. So, okay. Diaphragm, they're basically a sheet, okay? A sheet of connective tissue and muscle at the bottom of thorax. Now, if you guys don't know what thorax is, see this part okay, sorry. This part is basically like the top part is not considered in thorax, and from down, it's basically our abdomen. Okay, so this whole middle section is called thorax. Sorry, this is called the thorax cavity. Is that clear? I can show a picture also. One second. That will make it more clear, I think. Wait, thorax. Okay. No, not this. Thorax cavity. Why? Why? Hmm. Okay, compare this. See this. I cannot zoom in, but okay. The top part is for the head. In between, the chest part is called thorax, and then down, it's the abdomen. Is that clear what thorax is?
Yeah.
It's just like a section, okay? Now, so that just like I told you guys, this whole section is called thorax. So, diaphragm is a sheet of connective tissue and muscle at the bottom of thorax, okay? At the bottom of thorax that helps to change the volume to allow the inhalation and exhalation. Now, when the air comes in, we need to have space for that air, right? We need to allow it, like basically, we need to accommodate that air. We need space for it, so for that, our thorax, it has to expand. How does it expand? Because of this diaphragm. It will move down. Okay. And when I want to push my air out when I'm exhaling, so this diaphragm will move up to create pressure so that the air goes out. Do you guys understand that?
Um,
Yeah.
Okay. This is the basic purpose of thorax, to change the volume. Oh, sorry. This is the purpose of diaphragm, to change the volume of the thorax to allow the inhalation and exhalation to occur. During inhalation, it allows the volume to increase. It allows the thorax to expand so that the air can come in. But during exhaling, it will contract, okay? It will decrease the volume so that pressure will increase and air will move out. I hope that is clear. Okay, I will write here. Also, when the meeting ends, please rejoin using the same link which I sent earlier. Okay. Hmm. Sheet of connective tissue and muscle at the bottom of thorax. We're talking about diaphragm here, okay? I was just telling you guys the meaning of thorax, but you don't have to know that over here. Basic purpose is diaphragm. Thorax that helps change the volume of thorax to allow inhalation and exhalation. To allow inhalation and exhalation. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Iman?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Now the next one is trachea, which is the pink tube, the tube which connects the mouth to the lungs.